How can I make a review video on the best mattress in a box when there's 175 of these retailers online? What if we made a cheat sheet with all the top brands and we made it so you could filter it based on what's important to you? That might work. Eric, wake up. We got some work to do. Hey, my name is Eric, and in this Mattress in a Box review video, we're going to cover a lot of topics, and frankly, I get bored super easily. So we're going to try to make this move and go into a few different directions, but by the end of this video, my goal is that you learn a few new things, that you save some money when you do make your purchase, and that making that purchase is easier by giving you the tools and resources that I'm going to give you in this video. So before we get started, if you go to the dictionary and look up mattress in a box, here's what it says. Mattress in a box. Perhaps the most boring topic ever for a YouTube video. So my goal is to at least make this fun and move, so let's get to it. So what I'll let you know is in this video, I'm not gonna sit here and press on 10 different mattresses and show you the firmness and those types of things. I'm actually gonna break down the features of mattresses and then how you can make a decision for yourself. So we're gonna be talking about our moats, Charlatans, and jam, all right? And this is gonna make sense as you walk through this video. And the first thing we're gonna discuss are moats. So in the image that I'm drawing right here on this whiteboard, you can see there's a castle, and this is the traditional moat that most people think of here. And you can actually tell I'm really trying. That's my trying face right there. So when people think of moats, they think of that, waterway around a castle. And yes, those are crocodiles I drew in that image. And what that moat does is helps protect you from other people that are trying to attack and invade your castle. So when it comes to a moat for your business, what that is the thing that protects you from competitors. What is that unique selling proposition or something that gives you some advantage that can't easily be replicated by a competitor? So the reason that this concept of a moat for your business is important for mattress in a box companies is that there really is no moat. And that's why there's so many of these services to choose from. So what they do is they outsource the production of the mattress to a facility that does this for a bunch of their competitors. So one facility might be producing 20, 30 different mattresses for these different brands that you're finding online. Then they're outsourcing the customer service and delivery of the product. So really what they have to do is really create the website and the marketing behind the brand, and then they outsource all of the production and fulfillment of that product. The reason that this is problematic is that when you have a lot of options, it is proven that it's very hard to make a decision. So there were some graduate students from Stanford University who did something called the jam study. So that's why we're going to talk about jam now. So what they did in this study is they set up in a supermarket and they did one of those little tables where you could do tastings and samples. And what they found is that when you put more samples out, so they put out maybe 10 samples versus 3 samples, that people tried more samples and were more willing to stop to try out the sample. But when it came to actually making a purchase, what they found is when they put out just 3 samples to choose from, that people were much more likely to purchase when they had less options to choose from. And the reason for that is cognitive load. When you have so many options to choose from, you have all these different things that you're considering in your mind and factoring for yourself, and it makes it very difficult to make a decision. So this is important again for you when you're making a decision here because there's so many options to choose from. And one of the things that you're going to want to do is be able to filter down your decision so that you're not looking at 50 different brands. Maybe you're looking at 5 because it's going to reduce the cognitive load that you have, which I know is a weird, funny word, but it's going to reduce that cognitive load for you so that you can make a decision. So I teased it earlier with that Google Sheet. The reason I made that is this is going to be something that you're going to be able to filter down based on your preferences and what's important for you when purchasing a mattress to make your decision a little bit easier. Now, earlier, I don't actually remember if I mentioned this, but one of the things I want to talk about also are charlatans. So a charlatan, right, is somebody who's just kind of out for their own good. They're not really adding a whole lot of value to things. So in the world of online reviews, even ones such as this, there's a lot of charlatans. And now some of you may be familiar with this and some of you may not. So with these reviews, a lot of times the reason they're created is for the purpose of creating an affiliate sale. So you watch my video and I say, hey, buy the Casper mattress, and you click on my affiliate link, I will make a percentage of that sale, sometimes 5 to 10% of a typical sale. So after really researching this quite a bit, what I have found is that a lot of these services actually have refer a friend programs. Now, the advantage to you by going through a refer a friend link is that you may get $50 to $100 off your purchase, or extra pillows, or an Amazon gift card for using that link. But if you were to use my affiliate link, you would not get that, but I would actually get more income through that affiliate link. So what you'll find is when you're watching these reviews is that they're highly biased, because what's going to happen is that person who's creating the review is going to do it in a way that they're going to put the products in front of you that pay the best commission. It's impossible not to be biased when you're getting a commission and a kickback for these mattresses. So I've seen mattresses mentioned where I'm like, I've never even heard of this mattress. Well, I guarantee you the reason that that's being reviewed on that channel is because the commission is really high for that affiliate. So this is something to be aware of whenever you're doing any kind of research online. You can always hover over a link, see if it's like one of those Amazon associate links, or if it's going to take you through. Look at the URL structure of the link. If it's really long, there's a bunch of letters and all these things inside of that URL. That's because they're going to make an affiliate. And a lot of times these affiliates, even though they should, do not disclose that it's an affiliate link. So now we have talked about the fact that there is no moat around this industry, so there's a ton of options. Then all those options kind of create a jam study scenario where it's really hard to make a decision. And then on top of that, there's all these people reviewing mattresses online, and really what they're trying to do is get you to click their affiliate link and create as much cash for themselves as they can. So it's not necessarily this unbiased review. So what I want to do now with this review is take it into the Google spreadsheet, show you how to use that, show you how you can access it, and just be upfront with you about it that I will make some money on some of these mattresses, and others of them do not have a referral program, so I won't make any money. But what I want to do is make it easy for you to be able to filter down and make the best decision for yourself. And the last thing I should mention too is the reason I want to do Google Sheet is that this industry is changing so fast. Certain brands are already dropping off, and then all of a sudden new brands are popping up. So what this Google Sheet allows me to do is actually be able to update it monthly and add new brands in. I'll pay attention to the comments that you guys are leaving here in case there's one that I left out that you think should be addressed in the Google Sheet. So why don't we hop into that Google Sheet now and take a look and see what we got here. Okay, to get to the Google Sheet that I prepared for you, you can go to referralbed.com. So that's a domain I set up that will automatically redirect to this sheet. And now if you go at the bottom, this first page will kind of be instructions for anybody who may not be familiar. But if you go to the bottom and you have these different tabs, we're going to the Comparing Brands tab. So the first column, what we have are the different brands that I have reviewed on here. We have 17 so far, and I will be adding to this as time goes on. But then the really nice thing here is in section B, or I should say column B, this is where the Refer a Friend savings is. So if you click that link, it'll show you what you're going to get. And when it pops up, it should say Eric or my email address or whatever, that I have referred you, and that's how you can get savings when you decide on your bed. Now, promo code is empty. What I'm going to do is as this video gets more views and likes, I'm going to reach out to these companies and ask if they can provide an additional promo code or something that may be actually more substantial than the Refer a Friend savings. Now, for the niche, I've broken it down to 4 different niches. There's like these beds that seem like they're tech focused, charitable focused, green or charitable focused, because a lot of them kind of have a green component to it, or if they're premium mattress. So that's where you can kind of get a quick idea of like what kind of category that mattress might be under. And then for price range, the way that works is that's from their smallest bed, usually a twin, up to a California king or split king, which I'll explain in a little bit. So that price range is showing that for all of their beds. So their cheapest bed at a twin size all the way up to their most expensive bed at a king size bed. What the Base Queen is doing is taking their base model, because most of these mattresses brands, they have 3 different types of actual mattresses they offer. So what I did is I took their base mattress and then at the queen size, what is the cost? Just thought that would be easy for you to kind of get an idea, and I'm going to show you in a minute how you can filter these results quickly so you can start narrowing down the brands that you want to choose from. Now, a few things I do want to cover though as far as features and options. The one thing that I was a little confused on that I didn't know about was edge support. You'll see it here, and it pops up. I thought that was something that was going to like kind of keep you inside of the mattress, so there was like edge support to make sure you don't fall off the mattress when you're sleeping. But really what that's for is more like if it's for somebody who's older, maybe you have knee pain and you have trouble getting out of bed or in bed. When you get out of bed, there's a little bit more edge support for you, so that's what that is referencing. I think the rest of it's kind of self-explanatory. A lot of times what they did is if they have different mattresses, it'll say like foam, 10-inch, 11-inch, 12-inch, and you're paying for those extra inches of foam on that particular mattress. So I did the best I could to kind of just explain the features and options here, and I should give a shout out to my friend Nancy who helped me with this research as well. Now, the reason I thought the year it was founded was important is, if you're looking at a mattress that was founded in the same year that you are looking to purchase it, they haven't been around that long. So maybe that, the warranty that they offer is not that substantial, because who knows if they're going to be around in another 2 years. For manufacturer, I tried to get the information on where it was manufactured. Sometimes this information was hard to find, but if that matters to you, if it's manufactured in the USA or not, again, that's something where you can use that to filter down your results. Now, buying options, most of these do not have retail locations, but I did put a link in if there was retail locations in stores where you could check these out in person. So I've got some insights here on the sizes available. So it goes usually from twin up to California King. You do see split California King mentioned in here a few times. And what that means is it's usually a twin XL mattress side by side. So you get two twin mattresses instead of getting a big California King mattress. And the advantage of that is if you have a partner who is rolling around a lot in the bed and they're waking you up with that motion, that will obviously cut that down tremendously. And then the other part of that is, let's say you're a young couple like my family and you have kids that are going to need a mattress in the future once they kind of grow out of their cribs. Well, if you did a split king, what you could do is you could give them one of those mattresses when they're ready for it. I know some people think that's disgusting, but that's really up to you and your call. So when it comes to the mattress sizes, if you look at the bottom here, you can see this mattress size tab. This is really helpful. I found this on Reddit and I sourced it here. And this shows you the different sizes and dimensions with like the inch marks and how big that is. So you can get an idea of what works for you. And it is pretty funny because I've never even heard of a Wyoming King or an Alaska King. I didn't see them on any of these sites, but apparently a Wyoming King is when you want to have your kid and your dog with you. An Alaska King is when you want to have a swingers party at your house, because those are clearly all adults. So I thought that was kind of funny, so that's why I mentioned that. Now, going across number of mattresses, that's simply how many different types that they offer for that brand. The return policy was pretty interesting. Most of them are 100 days, but you will notice that there are a few that give you up to a year. What they do is a lot of them ask that you keep the mattress for 3 weeks or so before you do request a return, and that's because it takes a little bit for your body to adjust to a new mattress. So that first few nights, you might feel bad in the morning, but then you'll find after a week or two that you actually feel pretty good. Now again, warranty guarantee, most of them 10 years, but there were some that are 25 years or more. So if that's really important to you, you can filter by that. And then I just kind of put a little notes and differentiators on here just to kind of give you a little extra context about that brand. Now, the other thing I should mention too is the column text. Everything I just told you, this is written down to kind of just give you more context on each one of these columns. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this sheet. I'm going to show you how to run a filter on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write brands filtered by price. So what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight everything here, and we're going to data, and we're going to create a filter. So now what you can do with this is these are little filter buttons, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter this, and I'm going to select A to Z, which is going to filter it by price. So now that you can see the cheapest mattress for a base queen is Zionist, and then if you go to the bottom here, the most expensive is 8 Sleep Pod, which I've actually done a review on, which is $23.95. So this is a really easy thing that you can do. So if you're somebody who's interested in what year it was founded, you can filter it again, A to Z. 1992, the Tempur Cloud. Obviously, we've heard of Tempur-Pedic mattresses. They have been around the longest. So what I've done is I've moved it back to this filter of the cheapest and then going upwards to the more expensive, because I know a lot of people may start there. And I will leave this particular tab and I'll move it to the right hand side here, brands filtered by price. So if that's something you're looking at, that's quickly accessible for you. The next video on the screen is going to give you 5 tips for a better night's sleep, And I have struggled with sleep for well over a decade, and I finally have started to figure it out. And I want to share those tips with you. And I'm also going to share with you in that video which mattress I selected for myself based on actually these companies sending me free mattresses to reviews. And yeah, I'm going to share that with you in the next video. So I look forward to catching you there. And you can go to referralbed.com again to get this mattress comparison sheet. And I really appreciate you guys watching this video. It took me a ton of time to put it together, but I hope you enjoyed it. All right, I'll see you in the next video.